Hello again. Okay, so this is going to be the zipper tutorial, and I'm actually going to do a forehead zipper like from Doctor Who, and that would be the first season of the new series with Christopher Eccleston. Love the Ninth Doctor. Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember if you've seen it, but it's with the Slovene when they zip their heads open. And the things that we will be using today are a zipper, obviously. Now I have a pretty long, just pink basic zipper. I did want to point out normally when I do the zipper face, because I did do the zipper face that I showed on the introduction, I usually use these types. And these are the heavy duty zippers just because they look a little bit better, in my opinion. They stick out a little bit more. There's also the basic colored ones, but it's still a heavy duty, and it also holds a little bit better in my opinion. However, because I'm doing one, oh, I just dropped it. Oops. Because I am doing a zipper that is supposed to meld more into the skin, I'm actually going to be using just a plain basic zipper. And what you can do with these is you can either leave these edgings on if you want something more to adhere with, or you can cut them off. Now, the first thing that I'm actually going to do is, well, obviously I'm going to put my hair back because I can't do anything if I don't put my hair back. So, I'm just going to get a headband. Do that. Okay. Oh, that's sexy. Okay, so, one of the other things I recommend is actually to wipe down your skin with a cloth. You don't want to scrub it clean because you do need some of those oils. Otherwise, sometimes you can get a negative reaction from the latex, and that sucks. You can get anything from a rash to bumps, or it can just be red. Sometimes it can be painful, and you don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to measure. And I've already wiped down my face, so obviously I don't have any makeup. You always, also, I learned this from the first time I did this, make sure that your zipper has this little thing right there. Because if you don't have that thing on the end, it's going to come popping off and it's going to startle you, and then you're just going to be shit out of luck. Pardon my language, I am an adult, so I am going to cuss. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to measure out how long we need it. And I'm just going to warn you, I'm actually doing this by looking at the screen. So I don't have a mirror or anything that I'm working with because I don't have a portable mirror. And we're just going to take it and measure across. So another thing you want to avoid when you're doing it on your forehead is all this hair right here on the edges. You want to stop like right before that. So you might kind of pick out where that hair ends or begins. Just kind of pull and you'll be able to tell pretty easily. So right about there. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to zip this back up to make it easier to cut, just so I'm not cutting it where I don't need it. I'm just going to snip right there. And then make sure you have this part unzipped within the part that you're cutting off. And then you'll just meet it together again. And snip it off. And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's another kind of point. I apologize, I say a lot. It's just going to happen. But, so here is what I'm going to be using, and it's just going to be going across here. Now, you may be more comfortable with leaving the edges on because it does help adhere. However, I don't want a whole lot, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trim the edges of this. That way it melds in a little bit better. And then once I get this, we'll move on to the latex part. Again, I would speed this up, or I would edit this, but no computer yet. Shoot. Okay. I keep dropping things, so it's a day. God. Okay. Before I get started, I do want to show you what was left over, like what comes off when you're done with the original. And this was for my zipper face, and this is what came off. You can see I left the original zipper liner on, and it was a dark beige, so it really didn't meld in well, and I didn't have the makeup to meld it in well at that point. But what I did was I just had it on here, and basically it just stuck, and it's not going to stick now, obviously. And I had it pressed against the edges on the face and all out here. And this was stuck to my face. And so, yeah. Oh, look, it still zips. Easily entertained. So, the other thing that you're going to need for this is, besides the zipper, obviously, is you're going to need like a little container. This is actually from just a flashlight, a small flashlight that I had. Oh, school's back in. A brush, and you can really just use anything. It doesn't have to be a little plastic container, but it's easier, so you can just throw it away instead of having to clean it out. This is what's going to happen to your brush after you use it. It is inevitable. There will be gunk on it. That's just what liquid latex leaves behind. It took almost this entire bottle. This is what I used. And I know it's backwards, but liquid latex. And it create torn skin, grow scars, use it as adhesive. Now you can use this as well. I actually like using a stuff called fake skin latex for when I'm making the grody skin that pulls apart, because this is a little bit harder to get to come off, whereas the fake skin latex actually pulls pretty easily, but it still stays on. It's almost like an Elmer's glue. So I guess you could use Elmer's glue too. I'll have to try that. And then, of course, I have a huge bottle of liquid latex because I'm a nerd. But this is basically what you want to get. I got it from the Spirit store, which is a Halloween store. You don't have to get it from a Halloween store. Most costume shops will have it. You can buy it online. This was 20 bucks. But it is a pretty big bottle, and it only took me most of this, and this is a 1 ounce bottle. And this is 15 ounces. So this is going to be 15 different applications that I can use here. Now I'm going to use the rest of this little bottle first. You're going to want makeup because you'll need to cover the edging of it. And I use a liquid foundation. If you have a concealer is also really good, especially if you want to cover up little splotches or whatever to go along with it. Because the big thing that a lot of people are doing, especially with the zipper face, is they're putting on really fancy, really pretty makeup, and then they have this gross gore makeup. I also have a finish, just a powder finish. And these are Maybelline, but you can get any brand that you want. It doesn't have to be really high-fit brand. And of course I got the wrong color for my skin tone, so it's going to look a little funky when I put that on, because I need to get some new one. But I did want to point out once again that a couple of the tips that you can do is, the problem that people have is they'll put the liquid latex on, and even if you wipe your face down, you've got all this peach fuzz on your skin. You got all this extra hair on your skin, and it really, really hurts when it comes off. 2 of the things that I found that really help, well, actually 3. Soap and water, surprisingly. So if you put like some soap and water on a rag, and say you have it going along here, I'll just use this for reference. Say you have it like this, and you just go underneath here, and you just kind of sweep very carefully with the soap and water. It kind of helps it come off. Also, if you have a Q-tip, or surprisingly enough, a chopstick or like the back tip of this, and you cover it in either olive oil or Vaseline, and you just go up underneath and just sweep very carefully. Now, unless you actually shave or wax off these little hairs, it's gonna hurt. That's just kind of what comes with the territory of having it. I haven't really found a way around all of the pain. But peeling all of this right here off really didn't hurt. It was when I got to the peach fuzz down here, which most people have. I don't want to sound like I've got a whole bunch of extra hair growing. But also taking the olive oil or the Vaseline on a Q-tip and doing that. And that's probably what I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be trying to take some oil and putting it on a Q-tip to peel it back off once it's done. This is going to be a little bit long of a video, I'm just saying. It's already 10 minutes. Oh my god, stop rambling. So, I did want to go over real quick when I did the zipper face makeup. I had the red on the inside here. Now, what I would recommend doing, and I didn't actually use the fake skin latex first, is I would take the fake skin latex after you put this on and after you've kind of peeled it back, and I'll do the zipper face again another time, is just dab all over and it'll kind of dry looking grody. That's a nice word. Then you take red grease makeup, and what you'll do is you just go over all of it really carefully. Then you put cream makeup on. This is going to be the Professional Red Cream Makeup as well. And it's by the same company, Spirit. Once that has kind of set, it only takes a few minutes. What I did was I took some, you can see how much I use it, some black and some dark brown, and just sort of highlight around the edge of your nose, a little bit underneath right down here, sort of around the corners. Sometimes I go over the lips to kind of make it look like they're a little less existent, and you want to highlight up in here where the darker spots are going to be, and then along your chin. Basically, you just want to get the darker edging. And I also used, to put a little bit more of a gore red in it, it's sort of a glittery red, but it looks really good against the cream makeup. A tip for removing the cream makeup too is, I had a real problem with this when I first started because I didn't know how to remove cream makeup, and I felt kind of stupid after I figured it out. Because I have makeup remover, so I tried the makeup remover. And the first thing you want to do though is you want to wipe as much off as you can, and you'll do that after you peel the latex. Believe me, it's a nightmare to try and do it before. Is wipe off as much as you can with a washcloth that's not wet, just dry, or a paper towel is what I recommend, a paper towel. And then just soap and water. Surprisingly enough. I tried makeup remover, I tried this sort of acetone mix that's supposed to help remove makeup, and it just smeared it. It smeared it everywhere. But if you actually get a handful of soap and water and just scrub it together in your hands and just, it comes right off. It's ridiculous how easy it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and shut up and get started on this so we can get this done, and this will be a little bit long of a video here, obviously. But I'm just going to look at my liquid latex. That's a smelly crap right there. Also, if you're ever doing the zipper face or you're going near your eye, like if you're going to do the open eye zipper, which is really cool, I recommend looking up some videos on that. Watch how close you get to your eye. Maybe you can put like a little piece of cardboard, a little bitty piece of paper here, because you do not want to get it in your eye. Okay, that is like rule number 1, do not get it in your eye. For the Slovene though, today, I'm going to have my little glow stick on the inside so it'll glow like when they're zipping it open. But the first thing I'm going to do to kind of separate it is I'm going to take my just little liner pen, and I'm just going to sort of go across. Again, I'm looking in here instead of a mirror, which is not exactly smart, but I don't have a mirror. Do I have a mirror? Hang on, I might. Oh, snap, I do. Oh, and now I have powder all over my clothes. That's nice. Okay. Ignore me. So what you're going to do is, sorry, I'm going to try not to get this in the way. Just make sure of where your hair ends. So I'm going to start it right here. And just make a little dot. I kind of want to go straight across as evenly as I can, and I know that's probably, oh god, that's so far from it even. But you know what, whatever. because I creased my eyebrow. God, what even am I doing? Okay. This worked the first time. Shh. We're going to go downward. Just so that when I uncrease my brow, it'll go up, right? Oh, hey, look at that. Okay, well, it's not perfect, but nobody's perfect. Ha! So, basically, you'll just want to figure out where you're going to stop. And I'm just going to stop on those edges right there. And it's going to look silly right now. But, where'd my zipper go? Oh, God, floor. All right. And basically that'll be the outline for where I'm going to actually put the zipper. And I think I'm going to unzip it a little bit more, just so it kind of looks cooler. There we go. Okay. So, then we come to the liquid latex. What are you guys doing? My cats are in the background making noise. And I'm dropping things again! Okay, put it on the side table. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm going to pour my liquid latex in there. And I'll probably just end up using the rest of this. I'll just get rid of it. Okay. So you've got your liquid latex, okay. Now because I will need it to pull apart a little bit, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to attempt to do this looking at it from right here. Okay. Is you're just going to dip your little stiff brush in there and just go along the outer edge of where you marked. Okay, and this is going to be our defining line first. Just gonna do this. I'm gonna dab it a little bit. Okay. And then you're going to go above the line as well. And it can be messy, that's totally fine. It dries clear, it's just the point of getting it on there. Okay. Now, I actually have another brush that I'm going to use as well. Not that brush. I'm just losing everything today. Okay. Oh. Hurdy her. Just a second. And it's okay if it dries, because that's what it's going to have to do. Okay. God, I feel like a nutball up here. Okay. I'm actually going to get a regular brush as well. One that isn't all gunked up. And just go back over that thicker. Okay. Sorry. I'm trying to do this so that I can see myself and so that you can see me. And just make sure you're getting it along that line. Okay. I know my phone is going off. Well, they're gonna have to wait because I'm videotaping. Damn right. I'm kidding. I love you. I know who it is. I love you. Don't think I'm not answering. Okay. So you're just gonna go across this. And usually you'll kind of want to let it dry a little bit before each turn. And we're not going to do this as thick as we would with the latex on the cheeks, obviously. And just try and relax your forehead. I'm having some issues relaxing my forehead for some reason. Maybe it's because I'm a worrywart. And just bring it down, I'd say about 1/2 inch. Hello, Severus. That would be my cat, Severus Snape. Are you wanting attention, Babu? Yes, I am, Mama. So yeah, about 1/2 inch, I'd say, is good to bring it down. So you can kind of see it's doing that. And about 1/2 inch up top. And this is good because this is really going to avoid pulling too much. Well, I'm not going to use the rest of this. That's okay. I'll just stick it in the big ball. You know what, you're going to have to pardon me. I talk to myself all the time. It's just, it's part of being an absolute dork. My roommate's used to it. My friends are used to it. They know I'm stupid. It's okay. Now I'm actually, because this is going to be the side that we're going to close off, I'm going to actually put about 1/2 inch of it over the line as well. Now, we're going to kind of let that sit for a minute and dry. Don't ask me what the squeaking is, just don't. It's embarrassing. I probably shouldn't be laughing either because it's going to crinkle it. And this is a lot quicker if you have like a fan. Ooh, I have a fan. Hang on. Hang on. It'll take me a second. I'll be right back. Where the hell did I put that fan? It's not here anymore? What? The crap. Where did I put that? Okay. Alright. Got it. Found it. I have a fan. Yeah. Put this in. Right there. Okay. So I have a fan now. Even though I'm almost dry. Okay. But, and so that it doesn't dry too awfully much, I'm going to go ahead and use a little tissue to pull off the latex that's on there. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Rosie, hush, little girl. Okay. I have a fan, so if you have a fan, it goes a little bit quicker. Okay, so it's drying. So we're going to put another layer. Again, about 1/2 inch thick. Ignore those little black spots, please. Okay. And then one more up top. I don't know why I'm singing Price is Right. Apparently it's in my head. You're the next contestant. Come on down. Oh man. That'd be great to win all that money. Although it kind of sucked because they actually take some of that money away from you. So, I mean, that's not really fair, right? I liked Plinko. Plinko was my game. So, okay. So then we're going to let this dry. Once again, with the fan. Getting close. Almost time. And you'll feel it kind of start drying up. You really will. It'll tighten up a little bit on your forehead. So, as you can see, that's kind of what it looks like. It looks slick, and I've got like little black thingies on there That was actually left over from my brush. Just ignore those. They're going to be covered up anyway. Okay. And as you can see, we can still see the line. And that's going to be our drawing point. So, wipe this off one more time. I probably should have wiped this off as well. But whatever. You can go get brushes for $1 at the Dollar Tree. It's not like I'm really out. I paid like $6 for this package of them. Whatever. On you. Learn. Okay, so we're gonna take the zipper. Stop it. And what we're gonna do first is we're going to adhese the top part, and then we're gonna adhese the bottom part. And I find this is just a little bit easier to do the top because then you can kind of pull it up rather than pulling it down and it falls off with the weight of gravity and all that. So you're going to get some more latex on your little brush and you're going to go over the top just once more. But this time you're going to go right against the edge. Okay. So right against the edge. It gets kind of sticky. Okay, I really gotta get a different song in my head. Okay, really? Oh yeah. Oh crap. Just stop. Okay. So you've got your latex on the top. What you're going to do is you're going to take it so the zipper is facing outside, and you're going to put some latex on the inside of the zipper there. And don't be afraid to coat it. You're totally fine coating it. That's what I'm doing now. Just kind of making sure it gets all in there. Okay. You didn't see that. You'll learn I'm a tad bit clumsy, but it's okay. You know what? It gets done at the end of the day. Okay, so we have our liquid latex on the ends. And what we're going to do is we are just going to start from one edge, right along that seam line, and bring it all the way on over. And just kind of stick it on there. Okay. Ha! Okay. Now what we're going to do is you can kind of see it from where you are. I know I look a little bit ridiculous looking up like this. Just look in this mirror real quick. So hang on. And then you just put some more on the bottom there so it'll attach. Make sure it's on your skin as well as on the actual zipper. And also make sure, once again, you're keeping the unzipped part separate because you don't want to bring that completely together. Okay. Alright, so this is basically what it looks like once it's adhered. We're not done by any means. But now you have the zipper on your forehead and you're going to feel it. It's going to be really tight. So just kind of bear with it. Be careful. Once again, we're going to dry it. But now we're going to go back with some more latex and we're going to go over the top of it. Now try not, oh shoot, my hair keeps getting in the way. Try not to get it on the actual zipper, but just on the zipper liner. kind of putting it on the top there. And you can go all the way down to the zipper. And if you get it on the zipper, it's not a big deal. It's just sometimes it's kind of funky. Okay. And you want to make sure you're not just doing it on the external part above the actual zipper, but you also want to extend that above that as well to your skin again. This way you're sort of creating a bond between your skin and the zipper attachment edge. So we're just going to keep doing this. And it can be a fairly thick coat of latex. That's totally fine, because we're going to do this more than once. We're going to do this a couple of times just to make sure we have that extension. And I'll cover this when I do the actual down the face zipper, but to pull away a little bit better, to make it look a little more like skin, what we usually do is we add tissue, and you'll want to get like 1-ply tissue. Don't get something with the decoration on it, because otherwise you're going to have the decoration on your face and it'll look kind of funky. And as you can see, I'm just kind of making sure that the edges are sticking, and I'm just going over it again with the latex, because by the time I come around, it has mostly dried. So, ooh, that makes me look mean. Urgh. Wow, that was cheesy. Okay, you're just gonna keep spreading it out here. Oh, that hair is gonna get caught in the latex, ain't it? Oh, there it is. Okay. And you're gonna get your hair caught in the latex. It's gonna happen whether it's peach fuzz or actual hair. It just happens. And once again on the bottom. Once again on the bottom. Once again on the bottom. I don't know. Just ignore me. I'm singing for no friggin' reason here. So, it's because I don't have music, and I would turn on the internet on Netflix, but I'm lazy and I don't want to stand up and go turn on the TV because I don't have a remote to turn the TV on. Because we po. We're poor folk. I won't tell you how poor. That's pretty sad. Okay. So, basically, there. And it is what it is. We've put on now 3 layers of latex under and 3 layers of latex over. And that's really good for making sure that you have a thick skin. Once again, like I said, when we do the full face, and it kind of shows on here, I mean, you really can't see because of the makeup tone, but this white is the tissue that we had. And the tissue just makes it thick, and it does make it look like skin, so it makes it look like when you're pulling it away, it's not just latex, it's actually skin. And it gives it a creepier, sort of thicker feel. So, again, we're just going to let this dry. Just let this dry here. And I'm going to have my little stick. And what we're going to do is we're going to attempt, because I haven't been able to figure this out completely yet. We're going to, oh, hello. Are you leaking? We may not. But if you get the smaller sticks, then, you know, you can slide them right on in there. And, oh, my glow stick is leaking. So this isn't going to go on my forehead because glow stick liquid is toxic. So I'm not going to try and slip this in there, but I will pull it apart, and I may put something different in there just to kind of show you like a I don't know, something. But if you get the glow stick and you have it in there, and it's sort of slid underneath a little bit of the zipper, which will pull this away as well, and I'll show you how in a moment, then what it's going to do is it's going to create that glow effect. So, and I'm holding the end that's leaking, so no worries. Ew. That's crazy. So, but go and get like the 3 or 4 inch glow sticks. You don't want to get the full size glow sticks because I got these and they're for the bracelets and they're about twice as much too long. So, but that's okay because I have some raves coming up. Akon, I'm saving them. That, or maybe I'll just go partying. I don't know. Who knows? So we're just waiting for this to dry a little bit more. And yeah, we still got just a little bit to go. Trying to think of what to say while I'm doing this, so maybe I can give you some more tips and hints. Again, make sure to be careful where you put it. And that's actually kind of looking cool by itself. With the zipper face, you don't have to go all the way down, and you can do the zipper multiple ways. You don't just have to do it down and across the nose and around the mouth. You can do it obviously like this. Some people have it striping across their face so that half of their face is red and gory. Some people do the open eye zipper, which is extremely creepy, and I would do that, but I have a sty, so let's not even try. Another thing that I want to do is I want to get 2 different zippers, like the very short jean zippers, and I want to do the open zipper mouth, and I want to really make that creepy looking too. So there's a lot that you can do with the zipper prosthetic face, and I'll be covering a couple more prosthetics as well as we go along because there's quite a few that I want to do, like the blacked out eyes. I'll show you how to adhere horns. I know that horns are a big thing in Homestuck, so I'll probably do a tutorial on how to make horns for the actual head. But we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. So, looks like it is drying pretty well. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the back end, okay? And we're going to go in from this side and just kind of push up. And just kind of push up. Just a little. That's not too bad. And you want to kind of push along the skin so that you're getting the latex that you put on the first time as well. Okay, and then we're going to go along the bottom. And just sort of push out. Push out. And see how we're including the latex we had the first time around. That just sort of goes along in there. And yeah, you can see the brush kind of pushing down on that as well. Okay. Now, you're going to go on the inside of the zipper here and just kind of make your way in. And you can kind of judge, you can see where it's at. It's right about there. So we're not going to try and do it too awfully much. But there we go. Okay. So now your zipper is loose. Okay? And it's still attached against your skin, but it's loose. Okay? And you got your little floppy here. And then if this were, you would just slip this inside like that and cover it around like that. And it just kind of stays inside there. And you can pull this down a little bit more if you like. I'm just going to kind of leave it a little open. Or you can even, and I'll go ahead and do this since we're not going to use the one thing. It's just, hang on, let me get down here. Just put some of the red cream makeup on the inside. And what you can even do As you can make it a little bit grody as well on the inside by just tapping in some of that. I don't have my liquid flush with me, otherwise I would do that as well. So we'll go ahead and just do this. And patting it actually makes it stand up more, so it doesn't just sit down like normal skin does. Now as that dries, you can actually kind of take your finger, sweep it, or you can take this and just kind of brush it around. I don't know if you can see very well, but it's kind of giving it a grody skin on the inside. And then just going to take some of this cream makeup here. And because I do need to see where I'm going. Just kind of put some on the inside. Okay, if this gets on the zipper, I'm going to be covering it with makeup anyway. Okay. And I'm not really going to do a whole lot of elaborate in there, but you can kind of see it's given sort of a gross additive. And then I guess since I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and show you some of the shading that I was doing. Just going to take some of this red, go in there as well, and just kind of pat it along. And then just sweep it so it doesn't stick everywhere. Okay. And I'm going to take a little bit of the brown and a little bit of the black. And I'm actually going to use a smaller brush for this one, just because. A little bit of the brown, and then the black. Just kind of go down in there. Give it a little bit of a darker hold. Do 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 do. Not being creepy at all. Okay. And that just sort of, so, I don't know what that noise was. I really don't. You can also get some of the red cream, which I'm not going to put on, and you can get some fake blood. The fake blood looks really good too if you just kind of dab it on the inside. Once again, I'm just going to kind of leave it like that, and you can kind of see how it gives it that. So then, first thing, I'm going to go ahead and pour this extra latex into here before it dries, because it's already starting to dry. Latex dries very quickly. Even if you're doing multiple layers, it's only going to take, you know, maybe 5 minutes to get it to dry. So then I'm going to take my little spongy and get my liquid foundation that doesn't like to come out of the bottle because it wasn't worth the $10 that I paid. And then you're just going to kind of go along the edging. Again, like I said, this is not my color, so you'll have to forgive. And really, I recommend a concealer. I don't have my concealer with me, or I'd use that as well. But the concealer will help to cover up the edging of the zipper. I hear you, dog. I'm not going to do my whole face. I'm just going to basically blend and kind of show what it can look like. And I think for this, using tissue on the bottom part would have been really good too. So I may, yeah. Okay. Just gonna kind of go over it. You can hear the kids outside. I actually live right next to a school. So basically that, and you'll put on your little foundation. And then I recommend doing a powder over it, just because the powder helps to set the makeup. Whoops, I got some on the inside. That's okay. This is just a little tutorial thing here. So when all else fails, if you have some red makeup and you can't do your little glow stick, well, it still works. Okay. And basically, that's it. I mean, that's basically how to do the zipper face. And usually what you'll want to do is kind of leave one of the zippers open. That way or partially open, I mean. That way it kind of shows that it's zipped on one side and you have sort of the exposed flesh on the other side. And then you can just kind of take your hair down and do whatever you want with it. Or you can wear a wig. I would probably wear a wig with this. Maybe something long. I actually just cut my hair, 2 feet of it. So, but yeah. Oh, that's attractive. No. Well, alright then, we'll just put this back on. So that's how you do the forehead for the zipper. For the Slovene, just get it as close as you can, and then you can just pry it up. And since that didn't work, I kind of pulled it apart a little farther so that I could show the flash. But if you get the Slovene against one another, and then you can kind of pull it apart, and if you have the shorter glow sticks, you just slip it inside there. Maybe use some latex to hold it down, or even some Elmer's glue. I know that sounds weird, but it actually works really well. Then there you go. Now just real quick, I will show you how to take it off. I know I just put it on, but with this it's not going to be as difficult. Basically you just push down and the zipper's going to come off a lot easier. And just kind of, because we only put about ½ an inch, it's not going to be as hard to pull it off and not as painful. I say that and then I have my hair cut in it. Oh, snap. But yeah. Okay. Well, that didn't hurt. So basically, there you go. And it's off. And you can use these prosthetics again. That's why I kept the big zipper face, and I'll probably use this again. And you just re-adhere it with the liquid latex. Just put another line. You can see how my skin tone is different from the makeup that I bought. Basically, you just put a line of the latex back on there, put the zipper back on, put another line of latex over, and then just cover it in the makeup, and you're good to go. And as you can see, the latex came off pretty easily. You'll still have a couple little pieces, and I've still got a couple little pieces, but for the latex, just again, like the makeup, and I'll be doing this as well, soap and water. is really your best bet, just to remove it. So I hope that that helped. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave them below. I am more than happy to answer, and I will be doing another prosthetic. If there is something in the future you would like to see, let me know. I'll see if I can go ahead and do it. And thanks for watching. Bye, till next time.